On today's special ELA report, infrastructure. Is our English structure of text lost?
People don't recognize the structure of their own language.
Do we really need text structure?
I don't read or write except my phone text.
Why? And when do we need to use text structure? All of these on today's special ELA report. I am your host, Diana Whitaker. Hello, and welcome to today's special ELA report. Today, we bring you the question of infrastructure in the English language. Structures that all our nonfiction writing is built on. What is it? Is it necessary? Is it a lost art, or at least a dying one? How do we use it? These questions have plagued our youth while learning across our schools in America. Students don't seem to understand the necessity for text structure. Today, we are going to probe into these questions, talk with teachers, parents, students, and try to understand text structure, the infrastructure of the English nonfiction writing. But first, we have to know what text structure is. To find this out, I interviewed a professor of English. Professor knows a lot.
Text structure is the organization of text.
And what does that mean?
Well, not all writing is the same. Depending on the purpose of the writing, you have to determine the organization of what is to occur.
After my interview with Professor Knows a Lot, I was just as confused and wondered if other students were. So I decided to interview students to find out what they thought text structure really was. Do you know what text structure is?
What?
Text structure. Do you know what it is?
What's that? Never really heard of that.
Is that some kind of math problem?
Apparently, many students don't know what text structure is. So I did some more digging. After doing my own research using books, internet, and so on, I discovered that text structure truly is organization styles. Each style does have its own purpose. Here's how it works. I, as the writer, have to decide what my reason is for writing. Let's say I want to tell you how to make a 7-layer chocolate cake. In order to do this, I need to give you a list of ingredients and the order in which to put them. Notice I said order. This is the key word. I would need to organize my writing in order. This text structure would be the chronological or sequential order.
Chronological order has to do with time. What happened first? What happened second? What happened third? And so on.
Chronological or sequential order not only occurs in recipes, but also how-to manuals. Even stories, though they are not classified as nonfiction, function using the chronological or sequential method.
Most people don't realize it, but we use this method every day. Whether it's the routine you use in the morning when you get up, to get directions you use to drive somewhere, people use chronological text structures every day, multiple times during the day.
I got to thinking about this. I use this method to tie my shoes, to turn on my computer. Almost everything we do uses a process or routine. This is chronological or sequential order. But this is not the only text structure that I discovered. The next organization is comparison contrast. To compare is to show the similarities or the likenesses, and to contrast is to show the differences. Once again, we use this daily. When you compare or contrast two television shows, movies, or games, you are using the comparison contrast text structure. When you compare or contrast your teachers or your classwork or whatever you could compare or contrast, you are using the comparison contrast method.
People use these structures, but they don't say, oh, I'm using such and such text organization. It's much more ingrained in us than that.
Finally, there is spatial text organization, or sometimes called descriptive.
Spatial text structure is similar to that of chronological text, that it is in a specific order. Not just first, not just second, and so on.
Spatial text is based on the order of space which it occupies. For example, when you describe a person, usually you start from the head and move downward. If you are describing a setting, you go from left to right, or from front to back, or even from back to front.
Hey, well, you don't describe a person's feet, then their hair, then their shoulders, then their knees, and then their face. That will be confusing. No, just describing in something order of the space that it occupies is called spatial text.
The fact is, text structure isn't just in writing. It is in our speech. It is used around us literally every day.
People don't recognize the structure of their own language, and it's a travesty. We just have to recognize it and learn how to put it into our own writing. Yes.
On our next segment, we will continue our investigation of English infrastructure, text structure. For Special ELA Report, this is Diana Whitaker. Good day. Text structure. Let's try that again.
What was that?
Do you know what text structure is?
What?
Hello, on today's Start Over.
Right now.
No, you need to get out of the frame.
Still in frame.
Narrow it down on him. No, I don't want the door.
So you want me
You
to?
do realize that shirt's in it. And all that stuff behind you.
It's still there.
Scoot over, Kirk. Infrastructure in our English structure of text is our English. I can't read my own typing.
3, 2, 1, action.
The next organization is comparison contrast.
You lost your place, didn't
Yes,
you?
I did. Okay, because I have to jump down here.
3, 2, 1, action.
Spatial text structure is based on the order of space of the space.
I got the